Hey guys, it's Dylan with CT Aquatics, and today we're going to be taking down the tank at Francesco's house. This tank, as you can see, it's gotten a lot worse with the hair algae since the last time that we were here. So we're not going to take the entire tank down today though. We're just going to remove the fish and coral, and we're going to keep the tank running, and we're going to actually start dosing hydrogen peroxide to the tank to hopefully kill off all of the pest algae and other pests in the tank. Now you could technically do this with the fish and coral in the tank, but we decided to remove it just to keep everything safe and make sure that the tank gets really clean without anything getting in the way. So I'm gonna just start by draining some of the water into this bucket, and then I'm gonna pull the coral out and start catching the fish. So I wanna keep the fish and coral in the water that they were already in to keep them from getting stressed out. So we'll acclimate them to the new water that we have at the office. A lot of the coral started receding and dying off because of the algae. The only thing that's still doing really, really well is the mushrooms on this side, all the green ones. You shouldn't have too many bad smells coming directly from the tank. If anything, you should get bad smells coming from like the protein skimmer, this thing here, or that literally collects fish poop.
Yeah.
So it's gonna smell like it. All right, I'm gonna go and just add some salt to the water that's left down there so that I can top the tank off later. Does he have any salt down here? Does he have no more salt? He's not making this very easy. I don't know if he has any salt left. If not, I can grab some salt water and probably come back later and fill it up. So I'm gonna use that bucket for the coral. So I'm gonna start just by taking out some of these rocks and trying to find any coral that's still alive. That piece is dead. Yeah, all the coral on these rocks are dead. Yep, the polyp is right there. You can see it. It was sitting next to the color full green and purple right there.
Yep.
So that did what's called a hammer bailout, and basically it jumped out of its skeleton. It killed itself. This was thriving last time I was here. That's really unfortunate. There's really, the only thing that's really left is the mushroom and these zoas right here on this rock. So I'll grab this out first, I guess. So this actually has some living coral left on it. There's not a lot left. You could probably see there was a lot more zoas on this rock. Half of them have disappeared. Even the original plug is not really doing that well. Most of them are dying off, so this is gonna go in the bucket. They all closed up what's left, so there's not really many on there. So being that the ones that are still alive are soft polyp corals, we can actually dip these in hydrogen peroxide when we go to the office and put them in that tank, so. Oh, this looks like there's 2 rocks here. All right, and then I'm just gonna try and pull this one plug, if it's on a plug. There's 2 clownfish, and there are, I believe there's 2 sand sifting stars if they're still alive. There should be 2 chromis if they're still alive. There should be a 6-line wrasse if it's still alive. I'm just gonna search through the tank and get whatever I can out. If I can't find something that I was told was in here, we'll leave it. They won't die. At least they won't die from the hydrogen peroxide that we're adding. It's such a small amount. We're using 3% hydrogen peroxide. It's 97% reverse osmosis water, and the last 3% is hydrogen peroxide, which breaks down into water and oxygen. Once you put it in the tank, it breaks down completely in less than 24 hours. So if every 24 hours you put the dose in, by the time you add the next dose, it's already gone. So it's a really small amount, but it does kill the algae. So we don't have any salt here to mix salt water, But what I'm gonna do is, because I took these rocks out, I'll probably end up taking them all out, and I'll just spray a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on them before I put them back in the tank. That way, I'm not putting all the algae back in. Some of the algae is already gonna start dying off before we put it back in the tank. So I'll just open this up. Now, if I had a spray bottle, it would be a little bit easier, but what I'm just gonna do is find whatever side of the rock has the most algae growing on it, and I'm just gonna kind of drip it onto the algae, and you'll be able to see it's gonna like foam up. You can probably hear it. So I'll just do that here too. And this is just gonna kill, or start killing it. It's not gonna kill it right away, but it'll turn white. Yeah, this is where they hide, so I'm gonna have to pull all these out to get them. Oh, now I'm seeing more fish. Two in one.
Nice.
Got the clown.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so now I'm just gonna start adding the rocks back in, and then we'll start dosing the hydrogen peroxide. If any of these rocks look like they still have a lot of algae on them, I will hit them with hydrogen peroxide again quickly before I put them back in the tank. So. Stab myself on a vermeted snail. They're so annoying because they just stick out everywhere.
They're that hard.
Yeah, they're made of like solidified calcium, and so I already hit this one with peroxide, and a bunch of that just peeled right off pretty easily. Just pulling off the dead coral. So because we took all the coral and everything out of here, it's not gonna be a high demand tank in terms of calcium, alkalinity, or any of the uptake of elements. So I'm actually gonna go and turn off the doser for everything except we have the Nopox hooked up, which is a chemical that's supposed to remove nitrates and phosphates from the water for you. As of right now, it's hooked up so that it doses calcium and alkalinity in equal quantities, and then it's dosing the Nopox 1 milliliter per day, every day at noon. So I'm just gonna remove the Nopox because we're not gonna need that right now. There's not gonna be, his auto feeder is empty. So his fish haven't been getting food anyways. So there's no nutrients being added to this tank at this point though. So removing the Nopox isn't gonna be an issue. And we're gonna replace the Nopox with this bottle of hydrogen peroxide I have on the floor there. And we're gonna dose, I'm gonna start with 6 milliliters per day. I'm gonna do it's a 2/3 dose. Just to start off slowly, and then I can control this from my phone. So I don't come here every day, but in a week or so, I'll just increase it to 9 milliliters per day. You wanna do about 1 milliliter of hydrogen peroxide per 10 gallons of tank water. And again, you can do this with fish in the tank. Not all coral can withstand it. Most soft coral will be fine, zoas, mushrooms. Most LPS coral can withstand it too. I wouldn't risk it with any SPS coral, but so like I said, we'll start adding that to the tank, and this should slowly just start killing off all the algae and also remove any other pests from the tank. So let's start that, and now we'll hear the doser go. And it's this thing here. I don't know if you can see it actually spinning or not, but. So the last thing to do with this is to just refill the tank with some salt water and get it running again, and to keep the cycle going. Like I said, I don't think there's any fish left in the tank. There's a few little pieces of coral left, but they were in the sand. They're mushrooms. We got 99% of them out. So all that's left to do is to let this run and do its thing once we add some more water to it. So there's 2 clowns, 3 chromis, and an angelfish. So what I'll probably do is put the clowns and the chromis in the 30 gallon, and I'll throw the angelfish in with the clownfish that's in the 16 gallon. And that should be plenty.
If you like our content, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications to join us on our journey through the sea.